DailyAudioBible.com. It's home-based, it's websites where you find out what's going on around here. And here we are, kind of getting into this month of February. Valentine's Day is coming, and the More Gathering for Women is coming up in April. And I thought this would be an excellent time to invite the most beautiful woman I know to talk about it. So my wife, Jill, is here.
Okay, so I've been told to keep this brief, and if I'm just being honest, I don't know how to do that with anything I'm passionate about, but I will do my darndest. So why should you as a woman come to the More Gathering? It's probably the underlying question. Maybe some of you guys are on the fence. Maybe some of you really don't want to go at all, like I was with my first women's conference. And maybe the third category is you don't want to go, but your husband signed you up anyways, which is exactly me. That's how I got to my first captivating conference in Colorado with Ransomed Heart. And here's the funny thing about that. I don't do women's conferences. Like, I had never been to a women's conference. I went to like a women's thing at church on a weekend once. And if I'm just being honest, I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. And I think I didn't like it because I have always had trouble kind of fitting in with other women. And at every attempt for me to fit in, my heart just got shattered. And it was really at these conferences in Colorado, captivating conferences in Colorado, where God showed me my identity, showed me who He created me to be, to make me realize that I was never made to fit in. I was actually, it's okay that I don't fit in. I was actually made to probably fit outside of the box. And once I learned that and learned to embrace that part of who God created me to be, I have found freedom. And there's fulfillment in learning who you are and who God created you to be. So how does that apply to the More Gathering? How that applies to the More Gathering is, I feel like what the More Gathering offers is summed up in the one word in its title. It is for women who long for more. And maybe you've never even identified that need for more, that longing, that craving, that yearning. I mean, there's so many words that you could apply to it, but it's just kind of, I meet so many women, and I was that woman who was just kind of in the phase of life like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, if this is all there is, I'm going to go crazy. And it's hard when you're in those seasons of life to realize that they're just seasons and that season's going to pass. You're going to be out of it. You might even wish for that season to come back because of the next one that's waiting for you. But I've found that in those seasons, I never had a safe place to go to and say, I wish for kids my whole life, to be a mom, and I've got kids and I'm overwhelmed and I don't know if I can keep up with this. And I feel unfulfilled with wiping noses and dirty butts all day long and cooking and cleaning and laundry. There's not many safe places for us to go to and to just admit that. And so I kind of vowed in my journey of wholeness and getting well that I will always be a safe place for women to be able to admit anything that they need to. So to take that a step further, this whole conference came to be by trying to beat you to the punch, by trying to say, you might not have a safe place to go and divulge your innermost thoughts, frustrations, heartaches, woes. Let us beat you to the punch and let us provide women who are willing to share their stories, that are in seasons of their life just like yours, that they just don't have it all figured out yet. They are in the midst of their struggle and their pain and their heartache, they don't have 12 steps of how to overcome whatever. They're still in the midst of their journey. But what they do show you is how to embrace that journey gracefully, beautifully. I'm just, as many Lee words as I can put in there. And this is the thing I always tell them, the women that share and speak, don't put a pretty package on this for the sake of having to deliver something with a bow on top of it. If you're in the midst of the struggle, that's where I want you to be, in the midst of the struggle, because what that does is it helps you, the participant, feel like you are not alone, that you are not completely isolated, that this is not a one-time event. You're the only person in the world that feels this way. It helps you realize that there are other people that are walking the same path as you. The gathering is created with the intention of making space for you to run to Jesus, for him to hold you, for him to console you, for him to speak to you. And trust me when I tell you, there's not anything that Brian or I or anybody else on the team that could say to you that would be more profound than what the creator of your heart could say to you in those moments. I like to think about it this way. If somebody asked you who you are, where you came from, and you had no idea. You had no idea what your name is, who your parents were or are, where you were born, where you were raised. If you had no idea of that concept in itself, how effective could you be maneuvering through your day? If you know who you are, if you know who your creator said, this is who I created you to be. This is what I named you. This is what I have for you. Wouldn't that be so much easier to make a roadmap for your life? Just to say, this is who I am. This is what I'm gifted in. This is where I'm going. This is where I ultimately long to end up. I am a firm believer that if a woman knows who she is, who she's created to be, she is absolutely unstoppable. And I get with my girlfriends and we talk about the conference and planning, and we say we would dedicate our lives to helping women know who they are, who they're created to be, and watch them go after what it is they long for, those dreams, those desires, those longings that God has placed inside your heart. And that's even another step to this that I find so devastating, is so many women have forgotten or not even given themselves permission to dream the dreams that God has given to you. And so this is a lot. This is a lot of material. This is a lot of stuff coming at you. But this is what I feel like makes the More gathering so unique, so different, so much more than anything that I've ever been to, that maybe possibly even you've ever been to. So, okay, here's my last bit of summarization, and then I'm going to go away and be quiet for a couple of minutes. This will be the most intimate weekend of your life. If you come with the fear that God won't speak to you, or that he'll speak to everybody else except for you, and trust me, many of you will come with that fear, he will do that. But here's the thing. He will do that if you are willing to come and let him. And that's going to be the true testament of what you get out of the weekend. It's what you are willing to give. And by give, I mean let go of. Let go of some things. So that's it in a nutshell. It'll be incredible. The food is incredible. It's all you can eat. It's sit down. You're served hot meals. If you come alone, I promise you, you will not go home alone. This is one thing that is absolutely the truth, and you need to take this very serious. The second you sign up, you are going to have to fight to get there at every step of the way. Your time will be absolutely opposed. You getting there will be completely opposed. And you can write that down at the top of your journal or on the forehead and leave it there, because you'll forget it until you're in the middle of it. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Okay, this is what this is all about. There's an enemy that does not want you to get there. He wants to keep you from knowing who you are and who God created you to be. So you're gonna have to fight through. What I promise you from our end is we have intercessors that are already praying for you to fight to get there. But you will have to do your part. There are women that literally missed their plane because they locked their purse in the trunk at the airport. I mean, it's just the craziest stories that we get. But they make us laugh because we're like, we warned you. You have to fight to get there. Here's the other last thing that I'm going to say. Do not fear the unknown. Some of you have no idea what you're walking into. Do not fear the unknown. Embrace every part of the journey of getting there. Embrace being there. Embrace the fact that we promise you you're in good hands. You are in good hands. Every session is built with the intention of, it's building on the last session that you just came from. So if you miss one, it might actually throw you off course. But we give you every bit of instruction along the way. And then you will have so many women share their stories in the midst of their pain, their heartache. Some are triumphant, some are tragic, but they're all so beautiful. I have the most amazing collection of women coming, willing to be vulnerable so that you don't feel alone on your journey. So that's about as much information as I can give you, other than we have live worship. There are covenants of silence built in. They're somewhat difficult because we don't like silence, but I promise you that is the most rewarding part of this entire weekend. My daughter China will be sharing, which I'm so excited about. So yes, bring your daughters, bring your high school girls. I feel like if they can get this message while they're young, it will save them so many years of heartache. In fact, that's what China tells me all the time. Like, I feel like if women, girls my age can get this, they will be saved from such great heartache. And I believe that to absolutely be the truth. So bring your grandmothers as well. They are not exempt from this message either. I could go on and on and on and on, but I'm going to just go away right now. I can't say enough about this weekend. I can't tell you enough good things that come from it. I'm excited this year more than ever. We're creating things for you to go back and take this message to your community. I'm so excited, as you can't tell, but I should stop talking about how excited I am and let you get back to your regularly scheduled programmed lives. So moregathering.com is the website. Once you register, please check your spam mails if you do not get a confirmation that you have registered. And if you have special sleeping arrangements, if you're coming in a group, you can email women@dailyaudiobible.com, and we will make sure that those sleeping arrangements get taken care of as well. Food allergies, no problem. We got you covered. Gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, vegetarian, whatever you are, come, we will feed you. Okay, babe, that's it. I didn't keep it short or brief, but I did my best. So, love you guys. I will see you in April.
Okay. Boom. She drops the mic. She walks out. Yeah, there you go. Like, I've been, saying, hey, you should come. It's great. And so there you go. The best we can possibly tell you. If you've been on the fence, jump. If you're just kind of hearing about it, come. We'll look forward to seeing you. Moregathering.com.